I would say the Steel Series. Steel Series, honestly.
Steel Series.
I'd definitely sit with the Steel Series.
By far.
Definitely Steel Series.
If I had to pick one of these to pick up in game right now, it's going to be the Steel Series.
Gamers prefer our headsets. Find out why at SteelSeries.com.
So, welcome everybody to the Go Champions League game between Flipside and Navi. The first map has ended 16-9 in favor of Natus Vincere or Vincere. I never had Latin in my life, so I will call them Navi though. Yeah, what to say about that map? There's not much to say except for almost flawless CT half by Navi and a very good terrorist side start for them as well with an 8-7 scoreline in the first half on T side. They just kept winning and winning. Now Flipside is challenging them on Mirage, which was the map pick of Navi, and rightfully so, as you could think that Mirage is kind of the home map for Navi right now. 16-12 against Titan, 16-7 against 16-4 against Dignitas, 16-4 against Virtus Pro, 16-2 against Dignitas, all in the EPL just a weekend ago. So you could argue that Navi have definitely figured out how to play on Mirage. On the other side, Flipside seems to be able to counter them, at least in the CCS last chance qualifier. Flipside was able to take Navi down in 4 maps. Actually, it was a best of 3, and they won 3 maps out of those 4. The first one 16-6 on Cash, then 5-16 in favor of Navi on Overpass. But Flipside jumped right back in on the track with a 16-14 on Kabul, and now listen up, 16-14 on Mirage. So what does that mean, they ask me, and I say, I don't know. Let's see how this game turns out. Navi seems to be in good shape, that's obvious. Seas and Flamey with a good frag count on Inferno. On the other side, I didn't actually notice Flipside being, carried or something like that. They got a few more kills, especially Simple in those anti-eco rounds. They got those kills, but it didn't actually mean a round win. And if you get those kills, HLTV.org with the stats, they pointed out in the stats discussion, it doesn't help your team if you get frags, but it doesn't lead to round wins. A guy with 5 frags in 10 rounds could have won you a round. But if you have 12 frags in 10 rounds, but you get 2 frags in 1 round that you lose, 1 frag, 1 frag, 1 frag, it's not going to make your team win. You need to get those winning kind of individual performances. Like Markelov almost had in the pistol round, for example. He had a 3K that was really good. Then you need those kind of step-up plays that fuel your teammates, and it's not going to help if you get anti-eco frags. Of course, it will make you feel better if you look at the stats, and it will make you feel better if you look at your economy. But in the end, it's the round wins that count and not the amount of frags that you have. So you need to find something to cheer yourself up, and sometimes those individual plays that are really shiny, a clutch round that really fires up the rest of the squad. If you have ever been to any LAN final or something like that, you can actually tell by the players' posture, by their way of sitting, that they are feeling confident when they have won a round like that. Usually it's let's say simple clutches of 1v3 situation. Usually everybody else would cheer, and Simple not necessarily that much, because it's the teammates that chew their nails off while they are watching their teammate clutching that round, and all that stress releases when he wins it. And that's the thing that makes you get adrenaline into your blood, which makes you perform better, and which makes you win the consecutive rounds after stuff like that. if you can't get those rounds, if you can't get anything to cheer you on, or if you have one round that you win and you think that's a point that turns it around, and then you get shut down straight away, it's going to be more hurtful. So you have to get that momentum, maintain it, and then win the map or the game because of that. And I think that Flipside lacked that kind of spark to make them go. Like a rocket. They were standing there fully loaded, they have everything they need, but the spark to launch the rocket was missing. Na'Vi was doing everything possible to keep them as low as possible, not only on the economy but also on the mine game. And if Flipside would start on the CT side on Mirage, get a few good rounds going, I could actually see them win that game. Now let's see if they can win the 9th round though, as we are going live with the match. Flipside of course with Blade, Marklov, Bondik, Simple and World Edit. Na'Vi with Guardian, Zeus, Seized, Flamey and Edward. And if you don't know Flamey, he's the replacement for Starix, who stepped down after ESL1 Katowice. Na'Vi decided to switch their playing style and have Starix as a coach. And they win the 9th round and they switch the teams. And here you see him, Starix, as a terrorist. Wait, he's not actually the terrorist squad. Yeah, now he's CT coach. And he is really trying to make an impact. You know, if you're a coach behind a team, you want to give them information, you want to tell them stuff that helps them, but you need to find a way of telling them without disturbing their focus, without making them cringe or think, oh yeah, he's just talking crap, he's not even playing himself. So Starix is still working on that coach role. He actually, Devilwalk told it in one of the Faceit streams. He actually asked Devilwalk if he has any tips on how to coach a team without disturbing them. And, well, Na'Vi definitely showed that the change was something that helped them by winning the EPL last weekend. And now they are trying to get their second win in the Go Champions League, and there are $15,000 up for grabs, so it's quite a lot of amount of money. And it would be good to have those first wins on the board, just to have a few points and to see where you're going in the league. Now Zeus with the first frag, Zeus with another one on the other side of the map. Quick opening frags for the CTs, and Zeus is falling back from the A bomb site again, letting that well, leaving it up for grabs for the terrorists. Well, Edit is pushing in. Well, Edit takes down Guardian, and he's trying to capture window room as well now. Well, Edit with a quick shot onto Zeus. The bomb goes down as well. Flamey loses HP against Bondik with the Tech 9, and suddenly the CTs are in some trouble against the terrorists right now as they're pushing in to defuse the bomb. They need to hurry up. They don't have a defuse kit, and Bondik is just firing away with the Tech 9. 2v1 situation, and Flamey goes down. In the end, it's Bondik with 3 kills, and Flipside turn it on its tip, on its toe, and turn this round into a major upset for Na'Vi. With those 2 early frags, they should have just kept calm and, you know, get the rotation going, get that retake going. Well, that it said, I won't give the CTs a chance to line up that retake and swarm in together. I will take the fight to them. And those 2 frags really made it happen. The 3v3 was way easier to handle than a 5v3. Yeah, that's no rocket science, but that push by World Edit through the smoke to find those 2 frags, one on the rotator through the hole in the wall, one on the connector player, just amazing to have that kind of balls to push out, because if he went down, he would probably be the target of blame. You know, oh, why did you push through the smoke? It doesn't make sense, and all that stuff. Sometimes you have to risk to gain, and that's what World Edit did. Then Bondik with his Tech 9 sealed the deal on the rest of the CT squad, and Flipside are 1 up. MP7's now out for World Edit, Bondik and Markelov, AK for Simple and UMP for Blade. On the other side we have Na'Vi with 2 scouts and the upgraded pistols on the rest of the players. Let's see where they use those scouts. One is on the B, bomb site, of course, and Zeus is holding it like an AWP from jungle / window room. Flipside now lines up the A execution play, and there is only Flamey with a 5-7. It got enough bullets, but will he find the frags fast enough? That's the question. And he doesn't have any equipment to help him out. No flashes around, and he steps out just to be hosed down by Bondik and World Edit. It's just not working right now. Na'Vi can give that round to the terrorists without even contesting it anymore. Guardian could save his Deagle and the armor. So could Edward, and Seized could potentially pass that scout to one of his teammates and then go in with his USPS to get an exit frag or something like that. But Seized is trying to get that exit frag through connector, and it doesn't happen for him. The terrorists won't necessarily risk their equipment either, because they know they are up against one following eco round by the CT, so they rather keep those SMGs without having to rebuy them, or, you know, having a pistol compared to an MP7. It's a downgrade, even if it's a Tech 9 or something like that. So Flipside stays with the weapons. They don't go for the exit frags. They leave that scout in the hands of Seized, and the Deagle and the P250 doesn't matter too much right now. 2-0 though. Flipside starting off just like I said. I was wishing for that. I was looking for that, and Simple was looking for a frag as well. Dinged Seized, sprayed his brain all over the wall behind him. Simple then with another one onto Zeus. Now he's caught in the open a little bit too much, caught in the fight, caught in the moment. Edward will take him out, makes it a 3v4, and Flipside will make the move to the B bomb site. They leave their players on the A bomb site, however, and Flamey takes out World Edit. Markelov has already gotten a stick between the legs of the CTs. Good job by Flipside to send him in from a different angle. And Bondik with the last one makes it 3-0. Now first rifle round. AWP for the terrorists of Flipside already. And Na'Vi still with a FAMAS for Zeus. So you can tell how the economy has shifted around. The terrorists can easily buy up one more round with all that money that they have saved from the SMG kills and whatnot. So they are feeling good, and maybe a little bit too good. Simple just walks through the smoke into the open, goes down to Flamey, easy frag for him. And maybe that was a little bit too early for Simple to give his life away. It doesn't necessarily achieve anything, no real information, no real control, nothing. And Flipside have to make up for that quick death of their teammate. They are juggling around their players. First they build up on the B bomb site. Now they have sent one back into terrorist spawn and one into middle, but he only flashed out and smoked out, so Guardian moves forward. He heard that one player retreat, and he's going for the information. Now they know that there's nobody left in front of B. Markelov, however, is still lurking around, and Seized was trusting the information that Guardian forwarded. Now that's a real bummer. Markelov is on the B bomb site, but Guardian is in the back of the terrorists, and they don't know. And he will hose down too. World Edit and Blade are down and out. Flamey closes out Bondik, and even though Markelov made a good play and got himself to the B bomb site, it won't necessarily help him in achieving anything. Even though he got himself one frag, Edward was in his back, and it's a 3-1 scoreline. And Flipside, as I said, is still able to buy up, except for World Edit because he bought an AWP, and Na'Vi have a pistol in the hands of Seized as well, so the economy couldn't be more equal right now. But Blade shifts the momentum around into his favor. Guardian, though, tries to do his best to keep the terrorists from attacking the A bomb site even further. But Blade, with another frag, takes out Zeus, makes it a 3v4. Now Edward, with a bold move, he decides to take it in his own hands and takes out Bondik on top of that. Levels it back to 3 players each team. But look at the CT's money. Not money, HP. Guardian with 42 and Edward with 32 as well. Almost not necessarily the best chance to retake that bomb site, but there is Seized and Guardian quickly take those two terrorists down. Well, that is not a last hope, and he will get shut down by Guardian as well. The bomb is ticking very, very fast, but Seized is on it already, and he will get the defuse just in time. What a great performance by Guardian and company. Those 3 players got all the 3 kills, all the 5 kills in the round, and Navi are happy to have that scope in the hands of Guardian right now. 3 kills for him in a very important round for the CTs to keep the momentum going. And Flipside, thanks to the bomb plant, able to buy up once more. Well added with the Galil, but almost no nades for the terrorists right now. They need to make that smoke count, and the 2 flash grenades. And the first flash will be used on the CT spawn player, but he retreats just in time to get away from the terrorists. 4 players or 3 players lined up right in front of A, 1 at B and 1 in middle for the terrorists. And for the CTs, it's 3 at A, and make that -1 as simple. Gets himself what inches forward with a scope, wenches deeper into the B apartments from the B bomb site. Informational play, and World Edit is able to backstab Guardian and draws it back to a 3v2 situation. The bomb goes down on the A bomb site. World Edit still holds on to A, to middle, and he now retreats back to A main where his teammates are waiting for him. The CTs is still not aware where World Edit is, and they expect him to be around that corner somewhere. It's not going to be the case though. Seized and Bondic quickly trade blows, leave Edward alone against 2 terrorists, and the bomb is ticking fast and fast. Edward has the right gas, he dings Bondic, and the bullet must have traveled all the way through his body from the head down to the toe. Edward though still doesn't have enough time, and World Edit will sacrifice his life to take another peek at the bomb and see it explode. You know, cool guys don't look at explosions. World Edit certainly did take a look at that explosion. He went down, but he wanted to prevent the ninja defuse by Edward. And Flipside make it 4-2. Now the economy for the CTs gets a little weary right now. They have a FAMAS for Zeus, an AWP for Guardian, Seized at 75 for Flamey, Seized with a 5-7. And well, that AWP in the hands of Guardian might as well just be enough. Gets the first frag onto Simple. The terrorists are not feeling too good as well. Look at them. 3 Galeers and a Deagle. Not going to be too much between the 2 teams concerning their rifles. But Flipside have an idea. They want to go to the A bomb site. Guardian is still around though. He's still in middle. And World Edit tries to get himself into an advantageous position on that, while Guardian is on the look for a frag. He gets himself the second onto Markelov, and he will be swearing, he will be cursing right now that he didn't have an AWP as well. It might have been an epic battle, but it's a 3v3 thanks to Bondic and World Edit, who are pushing into the A bomb set. World Edit is just so good in this position right now, but Flamey gets himself another shot before he gets dinged by Bondic. It's a 2v1. World Edit and the letter of Bondic are on the A bomb site, but they don't know where Seized is coming from, and Seized is coming from A main, an unexpected angle. Now Bondic does have an idea. They have a rough guess where Seized might be, and Seized gives away his position already. Bondic on the bomb plant, and Seized is moving forward. He almost got him. Bondic on 5 HP, but World Edit covered his teammate just in time. 5-2 now. Flipside winning another round, forcing the CTs to go for a real save. Not an AWP M4 FAMAS mix save like the round before. This time it will be almost stock pistols. P250 for Flaming Guardian. That's all they can afford. So let's take a look at the scoreboard. We've got 8 frags for Guardian, 5 frags for Edward. On the other side we have 9 for Bondic and 8 for World Edit. And they really put up the fight, and they really put up the numbers as well. So Flipside with a 4-man stack on the B bomb site. They leave Blade alone in the middle to just have a rotational coverage. and the rest of the squad will move in. Bondik doesn't check everything, but he gets saved by his teammate, and Guardian takes him down nonetheless. What an amazing show that was in the B bomb site. Flamey is the last man for the CTs, and he will quickly take out Simple, makes it a 1v2. Suddenly the CTs are back on the, well, not necessarily back on track, but Flamey is definitely on the hunt for this round. He has a shot at it, but Flipside played way too defensively and way too patiently as well. They're just dancing around the pillars, making it easy for themselves. Blade with a frag in the end. 6-2 in favor of Flipside. And the CTs are losing ground rather fast. It reminds me of Inferno. I don't necessarily see too many misses for Na'Vi, but they just don't get those rounds that spark the rocket. It's not happening for them right now. And 6 rounds on Mirage on the terrorist side, it's quite a big number already. If Flipside pick up another round, it could be really, really bad for Na'Vi. And World Edit dings Guardian already through the smoke in mid-air in the head. It was a lucky shot, but sometimes luck needs to be on your side to come back into a game. Now let's take a look at Bondik. Oh, I was about to switch to Bondik, but Zeus already took him out in A apartments. Aggressive play by Zeus to inch forward all the way here to get that information. And now he hangs back, tries to keep the terrorists from attacking the A bomb site. Flamey is walking around really openly. Doesn't expect anyone to be around that area on A main. And the Flipside squad on the B bomb site against Seized, who is alone on B right now. Edward will probably come his way and help him out a little bit. Zeus and Flamey have the A bomb site under control, and so are trying Seized and Edward. Flashes and smoke come out of the terrorist squad. They will storm in from B apartments. World Edit doesn't see anything. He expects somebody to come around from the window. He has a scope pinned down on that area, but there's nobody coming. Instead, it's Edward closing out Simple, and suddenly Edward and Zeus get picking up a few more frags, and Seized was just waiting and waiting. Finally stepped out and got the frag onto World Edit. Easy looking round for Na'Vi, but in fact it wasn't that easy at all. Edward had to pick up a double kill, and they were just covering each other quite nicely. Flipside though, don't have to worry about anything. Any round would be good enough for them, and they don't even need to pick up any rounds anymore. So they're going for a full save. Only a deal for Simple, and that's enough for him to take down Guardian. That was a really, really, really bad kill for the confidence of Guardian. Going down to the deagle is, yeah, it stings a little bit. So Flipside in a 4v4. They are unarmored though. They might catch Seized off guard. Look at Blade. Look at Blade. Blade firing away. Finally picking it up. Seized was not able to turn around in time. Now Zeus trying to get into the back of the terrorist from underpass. He senses that the terrorists will make it happen on the B bomb site, and the CTs on the site will just try to slow them down as much as possible. Simple though with a one shot onto Flamey. Then Zeus and Edward finally chime in, and Zeus with the backstep closes out Simple as well. The threat is gone, but Bondik is still around, and he's in kitchen, but Edward is already on the defuse, and he just keeps holding down that button and defusing that bomb while Zeus is dancing around and killing Bondik. And there is Guardian saying nice shot, and Flamey does do the same. Definitely great aim by Simple, and I think he could have a future. I hope for that at least. Na'Vi now on 4 rounds. Flipside on 6. The CTs are coming back into the game. But how far can they come back? We don't know yet. Edward, though, is on the lookout for some terrorist action in middle. He doesn't find anyone over there. So now he finds one. It's World Edit in the very back. In the last corner, he gets himself the kill. Guardian then closes out World Edit, and it's back to a 4v4. Now Blade almost too eager to get that frag, but lets Markelov work his magic from connector. Now Markelov gets tagged and gets slowed down from both sides. Seized gets the frag from B connector. Oh, and that is a 2v3, now a 2v2. Bondic and Seas trading flows, and Blade was still standing, but Seas is there with the third frag of the round. He makes it a 5-6 scoreline. And that was a really, really fast trading action by the two teams in the A bomb site. They were just swarming in from every direction, and everybody kind of backstabbed the other one. For example, Markelov got the stair player on CT. Then he was refragged by Seas from the back. And yeah, it was just going down like refrag after refrag. That's it on the A bomb site though. That's a basic story. You need to get those trades. And now World Edit gets the first one without trading anything. Zeus though has some trouble picking up that frag. It depletes his ammunition, needs to go for the reload, but does it in time to take out Bondic. Then uses a USP to take down Simple, and World Edit is just trying to get as many frags as possible. But it's not going to happen. Zeus is there to close him out. In the end, Zeus with 4 kills, making it 6-6 in this anti-eco round. Flipside now back on weapons, the chance to make it 7-6 and making it really good on this first half. Or maybe they will just make it good. It's still nice to have for them. Guardian with the scope on the A bombs that are ready, and this time it's World Edit to walk into his crosshair and not Simple like one of the rounds before, when Simple was just walking out into the open and allowed Flamey to take him down easily. This time it is World Edit to pick up the frag onto Guardian, and Simple gets killed by Edward in the underpass. Still, middle is contested by both teams. They try to take control, and there is World Edit with a second frag, taking control of middle. Crucial part of the map collected for the terrorists to move in. And Bondic tries to find anything, something on the A-bomb side. It doesn't happen though. He only finds a bullet between his teeth and goes down to 61 HP. Zeus now on that aggressive play. He really boosted up his play. He's so aggressive lately. And then it's a good frag for Bondic though. Zeus kind of overextended a little bit there, getting ahead of himself. Flamey though pulls it back. Makes it only 1 player difference between the two teams. And Bondic is still on the A bomb side, so Flamey needs to get back there. And he needs to have some information on where the terrorists are coming from. Seas is just holding on to the B bomb site, but he's caught in a corner as well. He doesn't know where to look. The terrorist could have slipped through his fingers any time. They were trying to play together. Flamey was about to secure the CT spawn alley to have the back of Seas, but Flamey was going down, and now it's a 1v3. Seas steps out of the smoke, and Blade has his number 7-6. Flipside with a very well coordinated push into the A bomb site after they got that first frag. A courtesy of World Edit, they took control of middle, made the CTs rotate, made the CTs go for some play. And then was Zeus going down to Bondic in the end in front of A. And Flamey and Seas were the last man standing. No real threat for Flipside in this encounter. The CTs in the second last round of this first half decide to force it up. M4A1 for Seas and Guardian, Scout for Edward, and 5-7 and CZ75 for Flamey and Zeus. And that CZ75 got taken out already. Zeus was playing that aggressive move a little bit too often, in my opinion, and this time Bondic was waiting for him, dropping the weapon and dropping Guardian right next to it with a headshot for a 3v5 situation now. Flipside on top of Na'Vi this time around. And it looks like they could make it 8-6, which would be an awesome score. Flamey, though, has some words to say about that. He even gets the headshot onto Simple and onto World Edit to follow it up as well, taking him down to 4 HP. Now Edward needs to ring off a few decent shots with that scout to make it happen for his squad. No, actually, sorry, was caught in a moment. I was actually on Markelov and thought it was Edward. No, Edward is the guy with the scout, and Markelov is the guy with the AWP. And Edward is just trying to save it for the next round. The CT's money doesn't look too good, so they are happy to have anything in the hand in the next round. So I had a small connection issue there, and I had it in between the maps as well. So if there's a problem with the stream, please let me know. I will check this chat. Oh, it is. Well, my internet seems to be a little moody right now, but we will keep casting the game. 8-6, last round of the first half on the second map, and Blade and Markelov are opening up the fragging. Bondik with another one onto C's. Flamey then gets a refrag, but it's all over too soon. Edward is once again the last man standing, and he takes out Markelov, makes it a 1v3. And he might actually make something happen. He picked that AK. And he's coming from underpass. The terrorists have World Edit looking into the connector area. And if Edward drops into middle, which he doesn't need to do because he's coming from underpass, World Edit should have him pinned down. And there he is. Good effort by Edward to pick up that weapon and travel all the way just to be killed from the back by World Edit. Flipside with a 9-6 scoreline, looking very strong on Mirage. Maybe they are the kind of vendetta, pun intended. They are the vendetta of Na'Vi right now, at least on Mirage. 18 frags for World Edit, 17 for Bondik. Then it's Blade with 7. And the next is Simple and Markelov with 7 and 6. Does look like a two-man carry to me. If you consider Na'Vi's scoreline of 11-9 between the players, World Edit and Bondik are really putting up the numbers right now for Flipside. Maybe they can take it on the CT side. Pissed round would be mandatory for Na'Vi to pick it up. From that point on, the game would be open. But Flipside with 9 rounds on the board on the first half on the terrorist side, I think they should be able to close it out against Na'Vi in this one. Na'Vi with 5 men strung together in front of A, but World Edit is coming from the back already. He's pushing in. The terrorists get slowed down. They are slowed down so much. World Edit is almost in their backs already. And he just needs to slow down a little bit to find himself the frag. Oh, now he gave away his position and doesn't hit any shots. He doesn't get any frags. Markelov and Edward, though, trade frags. Then Simple chimes in with one. Guardian with a refrag, but Simple has his pistol ready to go and takes out Guardian with that. Blade falls to Zeus, and Edward goes down to World Edit after taking out Simple. It's a 1v1. The bomb is ticking in favor of Na'Vi, and so is the time. World Edit on the defuse already, and Zeus takes the peek, and no question about that, he won't miss those shots. Quickly puts down 2 bullets in the head, and this is the 9-7 scoreline for Na'Vi. Na'Vi now with the fully upgraded rifles, they don't hesitate at all. 3 Galils and 2 AKs. On the other side, we have Flipside with 2 scouts, the Deagle P250 and a 5.7. And look at Simple ringing off those Deagle shots. Another one onto Simple, onto C's. Oh my god, what is happening to my tongue? Flamey, though, gets the revenge frag, but it's a 4v3, now a 3v3. Now quickly turning away from Flipside with a 2v3 situation. Simple and his Deagle, they are in love. They should marry each other. It's definitely the couple to watch in the few upcoming months. Let's see what Simple can do with that Deagle. He actually got quite a few kills with that. And now Markelov takes out Zeus with a straight scout shot. Makes it a 2v2, and the bomb is on the B. Bomb side, Flamey is down to 27 HP. He could be a one-hit wonder for any of the 2 CTs alive. And the nade will take Markelov down to 12 HP. Great anticipation by Guardian. Then he takes out Bondik on top of that. And Markelov is pushing, and Markelov with a quick double kill with the P2000 takes a round in favor of Flipside. That 3K and a double kill by Simple made it happen in the anti-eco round. Even though we don't see CZ75s or something like that. What are you saying now? Without CZ75s or Tech 9s, Flipside manages to pull off that double at its second round upset against Na'Vi. And all that thanks to the Deagle. So please nerf Deagle, it's way too easy to play, right? No. I'm just kidding. Markelov, though, with those kills, 1 with a scout, 2 with a P2000, was sealing the deal in a 1v2 situation. But his enemies were, of course, weakened already. Now Navi with the 4 Spy, Tech 9s for Edward, Flamian Seas, AK for Zeus, Guardian with the P250. On the other side we have the MP7 for Blade, FAMAS for Bondik, and rifles for the rest of the squad. Looking good for Flipside with that opening frag, courtesy of World Edit. And now Seas moves in, he gets himself 1 back, then runs against World Edit. He hits him in the smoke and World Edit hits him with the rifle. Of course, Seas was going down after that exchange. Edward with a refrag, but World yeah, Zeus got killed by World Edit as well, and World Edit with a 4K will win the round in the end. Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. 11-7. Now let's head to the real guns. At least Navi is trying to do that. An AK for Guardian. MP7 for Zeus, AK for Flamey, that's all they can afford. Tech 9 for Seas. Ah, there's another AK coming out. Ah, the Tech 9 got dropped for Zeus. And they managed to squeeze out 3 AKs, an MP7 and a Tech 9. And Flipside is now feeling confident and more confident by the second. Simple already on the push into middle, but he's got 3 terrorists to work against. He smokes himself off, gets into a better position, but Edward closes him out, makes it a 4v5, but the terrorists have been slowed down and weakened by Simple. Blade is capitalizing on that with a frag onto Flamey. Edward on the hunt with the MP7. Great frag by him in the back of Blade, but Bondik is still on top of the crates in the balcony and takes out Seas with that AK. 3v3 situation. Navi on the go on the B bomb site. The CTs have picked up that movement as well, and they are rotating back to the smaller bomb site, trying to get as many people on that side as possible, as quick as possible. But Navi are aware that it's still 40 seconds on the clock. They can slow down and force the CTs to take the peak and doubt their positioning. And whenever that happens, Navi is going to get the better of the CTs. Look at that, Edward with a running headshot onto World Edit. Guardian takes out Bondik. Markelov is now alone and he's coming from the back. Let's see what he's able to do with that M4A4. Ah, he messes up that spray and Zeus is there to pick him up. 8-11. Navi is coming closer and closer. Look at the round distribution. Terrace won the first and the CTs came back with that upset that they have pulled. They couldn't pull it through though. In another eco upset, Navi managed to win that round. And now Flipside are back on a save round. And Flamey gets the first on the A bomb site, opens up, has his bomb carrier right next to him. Zeus with 1 in the apartments. Flamey with the second on the bomb site. And it's a 2v5 situation already. Flamey will close out Markelov as well. And Simple, the guy that always got a frag or 2 in those anti-eco rounds, this time he won't be able to do it. And Flipside will allow Navi to get within 2 rounds. And that is going to be pressurous for them. Navi will probably make it 10-11 before the CTs can even buy up, so... Well, we still have a deagle for Simple, so we don't know what's going to happen in this round yet. Guardian might be gunned before he knows. If he runs into Simple. But the terrace with the B apartments build up. Guardian is controlling middle. And there is Markelov. This time he's showing off his skills with the deagle. Simple is still holding middle. And he's just waiting for the terrorists to make that push into the A bomb site. The first frag in favor of the CTs will sting so much for Navi. They have given away an anti-eco round already. Now Guardian had some trouble, but finds a kill onto Blade. Zeus with 1 onto World Edit. And Flamey takes down Bondik. It's a 2 deagle players, Simple and Markelov. And Simple will mess up those shots. Zeus will just keep running and gunning with the Tech 9, and he will come out on top of that exchange. The deagle needs to be stationary. It needs to be well aimed, and it's hard to aim that accordingly with a Tech 9 that gets sprayed at you, just running left and right. It's just too hard to hit those shots. Markelov saved that AK, and he will just keep hold of that for the next round. Na'Vi make it 10-11. So the bomb will blow up, and the terrorists will take all the 4 rifles. They were not even looking for Markelov in the end. No trouble for them. They are not worried about the scoreline as of yet. They have those 4 rounds in the back that Flipside had as well. Then Flipside pulled together 6-2 scoreline. And that is the target to meet for Na'Vi. They need to get those 6 rounds as fast as possible to have some time to get those additional 3 to make it at least a draw. Now Markelov with a good spray against Guardian, then goes down to Z's through the smoke, straight headshot. Z's picks up the AWP that Guardian has dropped, and the CTs are back leveled with the terrorists. 4 players for each squad. Blade spots 1, then Refuge takes refuge behind the wall. World Edit is there to capitalize on the movement, and Simple is there to capitalize on all the fuss that his 2 teammates created inside the A bomb site. Simple took advantage of that. What a great team play by Flipside in middle, disposing of 3 terrorists with just basically 1 quick movement or 1 play. Flamey and Seized are the last man standing against the 4 CTs, and they are taking it slow for now. They still have enough time. Blade spotted them both. The CTs instantly rotate all the positions around. Simple takes hold of B short and takes out C's. Flamey is left alone in middle, and he's taking it to the A bomb site. World Edit still checks out B, but it doesn't matter. Simple is there with his 3rd frag of the round, making it 12-10, and suddenly it looks way better for Flipside as they have finally picked up another round. And with 4 players surviving, that will help their economy quite a good fashion. 3k for Bondig right now, 3k for World Edit, for Markelov, and 2k for World Edit. On the other side, the terrorists are slowly but surely running out of money. And as soon as they need to save, Flipside has a chance to take it to match point, I think. Guardian needs to get those frags. He's looking for it, but he's completely smoked off for now. So is World Edit. Neither of the 2 scope players sees anyone. And as I say it, Flamey steps into the scope of World Edit. Blade with a frag onto Suze in middle. And Flipside are back on track. They are feeling confident right now. They have picked up that 1 round that mattered. And now they want to string those next rounds together. Simple with another frag onto C's. He's feeling really confident right now, picking up 3 kills in a round before. Now he's picking up 1 before he gets killed by Guardians, AWP, and Bondik with the patience. He got himself the frag with that patient play. Edward didn't even react, and Guardian is the last man in middle against 4 CTs. We had a similar situation already in the round before, and Guardian will take the leap of faith. Well, that it has him covered though. 13-10 in favor of Flipside. 3 rounds between them and Na'Vi. And Na'Vi, with the last buy that they can squeeze out there. Only AKs for them before they need to save. So it is their last effort. If they lose this one, it's 14-10. Then they need to save. It's 15-10. And then they have 5 match points to defend themselves from. On the terrorist side on Mirage, I don't think that's going to happen. So Na'Vi knows it's going to be the round that matters the most in this matchup right now. Flipside with a double AWP setup for World Edit and Simple. And the rest of the squad obviously with the rifles. Let's see what World Edit is looking at right now. He's on the A bomb site, Simple on B. And Na'Vi is lining up the A execution. 2 from middle, 3 from main A / 2 from main A and 1 from A apartments. It is going to be a real collapse of the terrorists. Let's see if they collapse or if they come out on top of that. Well, that of the 2 quick shots. Edward has 1 pin down underneath the balcony, but they get flashed and Bondic is still cut out from his squad. Edward finally gets the kill, makes it a 2v3 situation as Simple and Markelov are the last man standing for Flipside. They need to win that round to make it a really quick game on Mirage, and Markelov covers Guardian, keeps him from pushing Simple even further than Zeus, and quickly Edward closes it out after Markelov was able to take Zeus out. Edward down to 20 HP, something like that, in a 1v1 situation, but he still made it happen. Na'Vi with the 11th round, and they hold on to this game. Could have been the neck breaker for them, but now they have a chance of pulling it back. Flipside with a force, well, it's not a real force buy, it is a half buy. Simple only has a deagle, the rest of the squad is fully equipped. And you know what the deal is with Simple and his deagle. It's like a rifle / AWP for him. Na'Vi building up the strategy through B apartments, sending 2 players on top of middle and 1 through the underpass. They are holding on to the apartments at the same time, and they have Flamey on apartments, Caesar's there as well, and together they will try to get to B short and B apartments. So they once again want to have a split going on for them. Guardian gets drawn out by Simple, and Markelov and Simple together take down Edward and Guardian. World Edit is there and he just catches the glimpse of Zeus. The last pixel of the arm was enough to take him down. Bondic goes down to Zeus in A, and the terrorists have lost a bomb on B short. Blade gets 1 onto Zeus. The backstabber is down, and World Edit with the 2nd frag onto Flamey. What a great showing by the skill player for Flipside. 14-11. Na'Vi survived 1 scare the round before, but it didn't necessarily help them win the game. They just prolonged what was inevitable for them, as Na'Vi now need to save 5 Tech 9s. The desperate move coming out. Old school, not real old school, but 3 weeks old strategies come into play now. And the first tag onto Guardian. Simple with another one. As he was jumping down the window, he took down Zeus. Now Markelov goes to work. Simple with another one. Markelov with another one. Together they will rip them to shreds. And the last one will be Edward, taken out by World Edit. 15-11. Flipside have the B bomb site covered even against the Tech 9s. That's just great play by them. Na'Vi with another force buy. Of course, it's possibly the last round of the match. Flipside with a chance to draw it, and they have 4 chances to draw it to a 1-1, and of course your skins would get returned, just to make it short. Scout for Flamey, Tech 9s for the rest. Zeus with the first frag onto Simple. Zeus picks up the AWP, then goes down to Bondic. Blade still in connector, still covered by that smoke. Trying to help his teammate Bondic underneath the balcony out a little bit. And World Edit with another frag onto Edward. Seas goes down to 45 HP. World Edit down to 22. But he doesn't get the frag. Markelov puts down Seas. It's Flamey and Guardian. The last man standing for Na'Vi. Make that only Flamey against 3. And he doesn't hit the first shot. He hits the second shot, however. The bomb is still dropped. He's got 1 minute to work with. He walks out into the open. He's down to 5 HP. Does know that both CTs are coming this way, and he will go down 16-11 in favor of Flipside. In the end, they managed to take revenge on Na'Vi, and the odds favored Na'Vi 74% in favor of Na'Vi and 26 in favor of Flipside. Your skins will get returned, so don't worry. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will quickly play the trailers and then we are back.